Hello and welcome to another edition of Medical Technology Today. I'm your host, Eddie Deal. I'm the Intellectual Property Marketing Manager for the Office of Technology Development at the Medical College of Wisconsin. I am joined today by Dr. John Imig, who is a professor of pharmacology and toxicology here at MCW. And John was recently awarded a big grant, $2.3 million for 5 years from the NIH to study metabolic syndrome and type 2 diabetes. And John has a patented drug that he's looking at for metabolic syndrome and type 2 diabetes. And by the way, we've been stressing the one-take informal nature of these interviews. John took the initiative to actually get dressed up and come in today, so thank you, John.
Every once in a while I dress up.
So John, please tell me, first of all, what is metabolic syndrome and type 2 diabetes?
Okay. So metabolic syndrome is a constellation of diseases, but it really is around obesity. Obesity is like the central problem, and then you have hypertension, hyperlipidemia, all associated with this, and you can get heart failure, and so it's really a big problem. Well, associated with that, you go from metabolic syndrome to type 2 diabetes. And type 2 diabetes, as we all know, is an inability to properly utilize insulin in the body, and eventually your pancreas fails and you have to use insulin or drugs first and then insulin to treat type 2 diabetes. This is a big increasing problem in the U.S. and world. We've got 1 out of every 10 adults in the U.S. with this problem.
So millions of people.
30 million. 30 million just in the U.S.
Great. So huge toll on human health, and very expensive treatment that has to take place.
Correct, and you're trying to treat a lot of things. You're trying to treat not only diabetes, hypertension, hyperlipidemia, all at the same time.
So it's a complex set of diseases.
Right.
So why are you so enthusiastic about this drug that you and your colleagues created?
So this drug actually touches on all these aspects. It's an antihypertensive, anti-diabetic, and also lowers lipid levels, and it protects your organs. So it protects both the heart and kidney from the effects of diabetes and hypertension. So this is basically takes away, right now you're treating these with 4, 5, 6 drugs. Now we've got one drug that looks fantastic.
So you could potentially replace 4 or 5 drugs with one drug. Are there any advantages to taking this one drug versus 4 or 5 separate drugs?
Well, anytime you have 4 or 5 drugs, you have problems with side effects, drug interactions, whether they're all working properly. In this case, we're attacking all the diseases at once. We're getting your blood glucose lowered appropriately. We're lowering your blood pressure. I mean, and lowering your lipids. This is actually unprecedented.
And I understand that there are some ill effects as well from some of the drugs and the drug interactions that take place in treating metabolic syndrome and type 2 diabetes.
Right. There's things like some of these diabetic drugs can actually exacerbate your heart failure that occurs, and so they can't be given. Some of them can't be given to people with heart problems.
Okay.
So we really have designed a drug to basically get rid of those type of problems.
Okay, great. This is very exciting. I always say that every show, but this is very exciting. And how soon will this drug be tested, do you think? I mean, could patients see this drug one of these days?
So this drug, unbelievably, we are at a point where it's orally available, so you could take it as a once-a-day pill. We know all the proper pharmacology. So really, right now, it's very far along. It's really ready to be licensed and move forward to humans. I mean, that's where we are. We rarely get to that point as fast as we have with compounds. This has occurred within, a year or two.
Okay.
So we've gotten there. It usually takes 5-10 years to get to where we are.
So we're actively looking for licensing partners, pharmaceutical companies, biotech companies, to help Dr. Imig advance this drug to the clinic.
Correct.
Clinic. Well, listen, thank you so much again, John, for coming in.
Okay.
Appreciate your time.
Thanks, Eddie.
And we will see you again in the future.
As always.
Thanks again for watching.
Thank you.